some say that what a man can do, a woman can do more or better.
Well, I think it's, if you
Twice
just
better.
take gender out of it completely, it's, there are incredible, gender just shouldn't even be a factor as far as I'm concerned. Just, hopefully at some point it's not.
How does Pangaea remove these perceptions? Are you seeing yourself reaching the point whereby a woman can be able to stand up on her own without the society judging that it is her husband who is forcing her to do what she's doing?
Yeah, that is why we do personal development with these women. And in our course of personal development, we let women realize their full potential and lift up their self-esteem so that their heads could be higher. And we have seen women take up roles, leadership roles within their local communities, like in the churches, in the schools, where before they were just sitting behind, like parents and not taking up those roles. So I think understanding, I don't say, and I've never said that cultural values should be neglected or should be done away with, but they should be harmonized in a way that gender is not really an issue to hinder you to take up any responsibility if you are qualified and if you are able to. So we tell our women that they are as good as anyone else. They are just human beings like the men. So they come out to try and take up these roles. And the fact that they are able to economically even be able to now provide within their family setup, it earns them respect within the society and within their households. Because if, for example, you are not going to your husband every time that my daughter needs school uniform or we need to eat meat today, he comes home and finds food on the table, you will start earning respect.
All right, and as for you, when you mention these things, within the United States, you are an actor. You've done quite a lot. Currently you're on The Last Man on Earth.
Yes.
What made you want to join this initiative?
Well, I'm an actor and comedian. I worked at Saturday Night Live for a long time and then worked my way up, got to do my own show called The Last Man on Earth. So I've known Nicole Miner, who started this organization, and she would tell me all about what they're doing. So I'm still learning exactly what they do. That's why it's amazing to be here and see all these stories and learn more and more about the organization. But yeah, they're doing amazing things. So it was something that just seemed like a natural thing to want to be a part of. I'm all for it and very excited to be a part of the organization.
Wow. When it comes to the empowerment, the programs that you have, based on what you have experienced, do you see it as something that will make other women to benefit? Unaona kama watu wengine pia watakuja, inafaa waungane na kitu kama hiki?
Yes.
Now, when you talk about empowerment, how has it made you or changed your life with regards to how your family relates with you?
Yes, I think it's better for some other women, mostly to men. I could tell them to give chance to women so that they could come out and express themselves, to introduce what they have innermost and show their talents. Because I feel the talents works more than knowledge. So if you give it out, if you join the groups, you could identify what you don't know you could do, and you be somewhere else.
Okay.
But because they are being kept in houses, they are afraid to come out and express themselves. This thing affects them so much. So if they could be given chance, then it would be good.
Now, let's take a case study of Kenya. You had talked about leadership earlier on. For the first time, we have 3 women elected as governors in the country.
Yes.
And some of the issues holding them back include finances,
Yes.
financial constraints. With the project of Pangaea, can we expect more participation by women or from women in terms of political leadership?
I think with time we'll get there. Our role has been very low at the grassroots level, at the household level. So we are trying to change that from that level and coming up, joining with other like-minded organizations. I believe in the 2022, we might see a lot of women come out to take leadership positions. And you see, this is the first time we are actually having women coming out to be governors in this, the past election.
And do you see that as a game changer for women?
I think it's a game changer, and it's a very positive attitude and thing towards leadership in this country.
Oh.
So it's something to watch for, because I think more women are coming up. We have very many women MCAs, MPs. So watch this space.
Wow.
Yeah.
But even as a society, some communities do not spend much time in educating the girl child. They still suppress them and believe maybe they do not need education. What can be done in a case like this?
It's lack of knowledge, one, I would say, or ignorance. And most people, like culturally, many cultures here in this country believe that if you educate a girl, she'll get married. And that knowledge and empowerment is gone to the family where she'll be married. Or you find like people say, I cannot elect you as a woman leader in your own, where you are born, if you are married, because then the beneficiaries are your husband's people. But that is changing slowly by slowly, because you see girls are taking up more roles. More educated girls are taking better care of their parents than their sons. And I think given equal opportunity to children, and our children growing up knowing that they are equal, not different because of gender, is the best way to go.
Now, I would like you to engage with us on our social media platforms. If at all you want to be part of this conversation, you can do that. The hashtag to use is Good Morning Kenya on Twitter, at KBC Television, and at Ram Aguko on Twitter. Now, is it possible to improve a woman's self-worth? You mentioned earlier about something being spoken about for a long time until they believe it, until it discourages them. How do you improve a woman's self-worth?
I don't know why you're asking. You're looking at me.
Yes,
That's
yes.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
So
I would say, you're saying, is it possible?
Yes.
That's a very good word. Yes, it is possible. First, you need to understand the challenges that women go through that bring their self-worth down. And some of the challenges, especially with the women I work with, is first, some of them lack formal education, and some of them are overwhelmed. They have large families that you are trying to provide for. So you are doing manual jobs to try and see how my children will eat. You are in this the whole day from morning to evening. So by the time you get to sleep, I think you are so tired that you don't even think of your own self. So with getting rid of some of these challenges, it is very important to actually improve a woman's worth, because women are worth more than people think they're worth, because women are the ones who bring life to this world. And I think that's a very important thing. And they can endure more.
Oh.
And they take a lot of, they can multitask and do so much. So it's just a matter of they get lost somewhere in their life. But once they get that back and they get that fire back, their self-worth comes back like immediately.
So it's possible to bring in that fire that was that one.
Yes, through empowerment and through encouragement and support, it is very possible.
How are you engaging the county government with regards to these programs that you have?
We have mentorship program, like I mentioned, our scholarship program where we have both girls and boys. So we mentor these girls to be the future leaders of this country, to be the future leaders and role models within their schools, colleges, and also their communities. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the aspect of cultural change. With regards to this, maybe we talk about the support that we get into the women. And bringing you in, do you see women empowerment with regards to the support that we give to them? Let's talk about the emotional or the physical support that we can give to the women. Is it something that we are offering? Are we giving them enough? Do they have what it takes? Do they have what they need when it comes to us supporting our women?
Well, I think that's the goal is to give a woman the same chances that you would give a man in every. There should just be a level playing field. You know, a lot of these questions that you're asking, they strike me, you know, the self-worth question, that's a question you could ask about a man too. That's that's a human question. And sure, there are specifics that you could ask related to a woman, but men have self-worth issues as well. So I think it's just when you try to remove gender completely from, you know, that should be the goal, is to just have it be a completely gender neutral situation. So yeah, of course that, you know, there's support that could be given, and I think that Pangea is doing a great job of giving that support, because you look at these groups, like the group that Monica was in, that, you know, of these women working together and supporting each other, and you know, the amazing things that can come from that, and then, you know, hopefully that turns into a support structure that they can then help other women and help their communities, men and women. So I think it's just all about overall support is great. So I think men could be obviously lending support to women, women lending support to men, women lending support to other women, just everyone supporting everyone. That's what the goal is, I think.
In the long run, how far do you see Pangea Network going? How far do you look forward to it reaching out in terms of the numbers, in terms of the influence, in terms of the impact?
I see us almost working in all counties. In terms of the numbers, I would not say, because we try to keep it small so that we are more effective. And we try to do like 1,000 women a year.
Okay.
So we have challenges also, like there's manpower, finances, so we need to keep it manageable to the level that we can manage as an organization. But our dream is if we could reach every household and empower each and every woman who lives in the rural setup of this country and in the informal settlement, that would be the greatest thing that would happen to this organization.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. We had Pangea Network joining us in studio in terms of women empowerment. Right here, we are handing over to Doreen Arange, who is on location, standby to give us traffic updates concerning what's happening on the road. So Doreen, where are you and what is the status? All right, we shall get in touch with her in a couple of, in just a minute. Remember, you can engage with us on our Twitter handle at KBC Television and at Ramaguko. Doreen, all right, I'm seeing we have a look at the road on your screen. So Doreen, over to you.
All right, so like I had said earlier, we'll be just having a short interview